According to reports, Prince Harry and King Charles recently reunited for the first time.
Yeah.
It was the King arriving back at Clarence House from Scotland that signalled it might be happening.
So I still think that William's a big problem. He doesn't feel comfortable with this rift being fixed, and I don't think, would have wanted this meeting to have gone ahead.
Is there even a way back for him as the prodigal son?
And who cares?
I don't want to bow down to Meghan Markle as Her Royal Highness. Y'all left the royal family.
Royal Insider has claimed Prince Harry has a list of conditions before a possible reconciliation with King Charles. Do we know what's on Harry's list of demands?
So we've got 3 things on this.
People don't care anymore. Harry has burnt his bridges fully with the British public.
Unblameable in any of this. I think there's a lot of people that could apologise, but apologies work both ways.
What chances do you reckon, Meghan, of doing that?
Very slim. Slim to none. Let's go with that. Slim to none at this point. Unless the money runs out.
Thanks, Victoria.
Because Harry is so pig-headed and arrogant and stubborn when it comes to that I don't think he'll ever.
Harry wants full royal treatment for himself and Meghan.
No.
Curtsies, bows, HRA.
No.
So picture this. You're doom scrolling, minding your own business, when suddenly, boom, 2 blacked out vehicles roll through the gates of Clarence House. No red carpets, no Buckingham Palace trumpets, just tinted windows, tight lips, and enough tension to power a Netflix docuseries.
And then, at around 5:30, we saw him. Harry in a car heading towards the gates of Clarence House. A significant moment in what has been 5 years of upset and pain for the royal family.
First car, King Charles. Second, Prince Harry. And no, this wasn't a casual father-son catch-up over tea and biscuits. This was history being microwaved in real time. And honey, it smelled messy. Because let's be real, this wasn't just family reunion vibes. This was the first face-to-face meeting in over a year and a half. The last time these two stood in the same room, Charles had just revealed his cancer diagnosis back in February 2024. Since then, crickets. No royal dinners, no Christmas hugs, just silence, shade, and more rumors than Meghan has podcast ideas.
Your parent has cancer, and you are still beefing, and you're still making a list of demands. Let that sit in.
And now, out of nowhere, Harry touches down in London. Officially, he's here for the Well Child Awards and a sprinkling of charity appearances. But let's not kid ourselves. Everyone was whispering the same thing. Would he dare knock on Daddy's door? And would Daddy even open it? Turns out, he did. And Charles said yes.
It's very tiring and it's very worrying. So you don't want a boy, because he might be 40, but he behaves like a boy, shouting at you of what he's got to do. I mean, he shouldn't bring that up.
Harry's car was spotted pulling up around 5:20 p.m. local time, looking more like a high-security Uber drop-off than a royal welcome. At first, it barely made a splash, but once the footage hit socials, the internet did what the internet does best. Exploded. Hashtag Royal Reunion started trending faster than Meghan could trademark another word. But hold your tiaras, because here's where it gets juicy. Sources immediately clarified, this wasn't some grand reunion. Nope, it was a 30-minute sit-down. That's not a healing session. That's a dentist appointment, a royal speed date, a quick, are we good or should I block your number again?
Absolute media manipulation. But I thought tonight this was really ridiculous. These are 2 real imposters.
Think about it. If Charles wanted a deep, emotional, tissues on the couch father-son bonding session, he'd have cleared his calendar. Instead, he carved out half an hour. Half an hour. That's barely enough time to argue over who picks up the bill, let alone rebuild a fractured monarchy. And while Charles might be king, let's not romanticize him here. This was deliberate, structured, cold. No leaks of what was said, no cozy portraits released to the press, no teary hugs outside Clarence House, just 30 minutes behind closed doors. Enough to say something without committing to anything.
If you want to apologize to somebody and you want to be with them, what would you do? You'd say nice things, you'd be happy, you'd be kind. But Harry has come out with demands.
And notice who wasn't there? Prince William. Oh yes, the heir himself, the one person you'd expect at the table when when family drama hits DEFCON 1. Instead, radio silence. No car pulling up, no supportive statements, nothing. William was nearby, literally minutes away, but he made zero effort to see his brother. And that snub was louder than any official press release. Because here's the truth. If Charles was testing the waters with Harry, William wasn't even dipping a toe in.
Prince William has had enough. After weeks of growing reports that the heir to the throne is preparing to thrust Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Let's rewind 5 years. Ever since Megxit in 2020, Harry and Meghan have been serving up royal drama like it's a 7-season Netflix franchise. We got the Oprah interview, the Spotify flop, the Netflix doc, and then the literary nuke, Spare. Each move stretched the family ties thinner and thinner until it snapped. And now, William sees Harry as a full-blown liability. He's not just the rebellious brother. He's the royal family's biggest PR headache. The interviews, the leaks, the memoir bombs. William's basically got Harry on Do Not Disturb. So while Charles might be willing to play peacemaker, William's basically like, thanks, but no thanks. I'll keep my distance and my crown. Cheers.
Well, since that moment, they've systematically and relentlessly exploited their existing royal status to make as much money as possible, while simultaneously trashing the royals and the monarchy to preserve their exposure and relevance.
Now let's talk optics, because in royal land, optics are everything. Cameras caught every second of Harry's arrival. His face, serious, tight, almost unreadable. Charles, calm but stiff. There were no smiles, no waves, no happy to see you, son vibes. Just two men carrying the weight of history in their shoulders, trying not to break eye contact with the paparazzi lenses.
I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore.
And trust me, every flicker of an eyebrow became a headline. Did Harry look nervous? Did Charles lean in? At this point, royal body language experts are working harder than Meghan's PR team during a Netflix flop. But behind all the speculation, one thing is clear. This wasn't casual. It wasn't an impromptu chat. It was scheduled down to the minute. A controlled environment. A test run to see if reconciliation is even possible.
I think most reasonably minded people would like to see a family reconcile, particularly in the wake of King Charles's health struggles, but at this point, I just don't see how it could happen.
Oh, and did you notice Meghan was nowhere in sight? No camera-ready smiles, no California-inspired power outfits, no authentic hand-holding photo ops. Harry flew solo, and that alone spoke volumes. Insiders whispered that he wanted to keep it simple. Translation, don't bring the wife who once accused the entire institution of being toxic. Probably a smart move, but it also raises eyebrows. Was Meghan staying back a sign of support or a strategic dodge because she knows she's the deal breaker in this whole royal standoff? Either way, Harry's solo act didn't go unnoticed.
We all know what we heard on Oprah. And in my view, they made their racial charge bed, and they now should lie in it. And you can't accuse the king of this country, or the wife of our future king of this country, of being racist.
Now here's where it gets emotional. Charles isn't just any king. He's a king battling cancer. And cancer has a way of making people reconsider grudges. Word from palace insiders is that Charles has been feeling the weight of time, questioning legacy, wondering if there's still space to fix what's broken before it's too late. Maybe that's why he agreed to this meeting. Maybe it was his way of cracking the door open, just a little. Not a full reconciliation, but a test drive.
Yeah, can you blame them? According to Robert Jobson's book, it's Charles's enduring love, Rita. How sweet is that?
But don't get it twisted. This wasn't Charles suddenly going soft. He's still the monarch, still the man protecting a 1,000-year institution. And let's be honest, if Harry walks out of Clarence House and leaks every detail to Netflix, that door slams shut faster than you can say, worldwide privacy door.
Mind you, Prince Harry has shanked his family, done a tell-all book, docuseries, and turned on them, and even did a sit-down interview with Oprah where he accused them of racism. But he seems to think he's in a position to come in and negotiate.
Meanwhile, William isn't budging. He's dug in deep. Reports say he was just miles away while Harry and Charles talked, yet he refused to show. No calls, no handshakes, no awkward photo ops, just a big, icy wall of silence. And here's why. To William, this isn't just personal betrayal. It's professional. Harry didn't just walk away from family dinners, he walked away from centuries of duty, loyalty, and crown-first responsibilities. Then he monetized it, and that's the part William can't forgive. So while Charles might still see a fragile thread worth holding on to, William looks at that thread and says, cut it. He made his choice.
So I still think that William's a big problem. He doesn't feel comfortable with this rift being fixed, and he, I don't think, would have wanted this meeting to have gone ahead.
Here's the kicker. Nobody knows what was said in that 30-minute meeting, and that silence is deafening. No palace spokesperson, no sources close to the Sussexes, not even a vague Instagram post about family healing. Just nothing. Which leaves us all wondering, did it go well? Or did it flop harder than Meghan's jam jars? Because here's the deal. If Harry leaks so much as a single sentence, game over. The meeting becomes a PR stunt, not a reconciliation. But if, for once, he keeps it quiet, that could signal something new, something real. And honestly, that silence might end up being the most powerful move Harry's ever made.
Harry is very, very dangerous and cunning. He wasn't. I spent 15 months with him and he was absolutely lovely. But all that's gone. He wants to get his own back.
So here's where we land. The royal family is fractured. Charles is sick, William is furious, and Harry is stuck in no man's land. Too royal to ignore, but too rogue to fully trust. That 30-minute meeting may not have fixed anything, but it cracked the door open, just enough for the world to wonder, will Harry step through the right way or slam it shut for good? Either way, this wasn't just about Harry and Charles. This was about the monarchy itself, a monarchy that's fragile, complicated, and still messy enough to keep us all glued to the drama. So grab your popcorn, because this saga isn't over. Not by a long shot.